More than 80% of people who struggle with stubborn belly fat, low motivation, constant fatigue, and the feeling that their body is working against them are not failing because of food quantity or lack of discipline. They are failing because the real problem is being ignored. That problem is the liver. The liver is not just an organ that filters alcohol or processes toxins in the background. It is the central command system of your metabolism. It decides whether calories are burned or stored, whether fat is released or locked away, whether hormones remain balanced or quietly push your body into fat storage mode. When the liver becomes overwhelmed by modern food, hidden sugars, environmental chemicals, medications, stress hormones, and constant snacking, its ability to burn fat slows dramatically. The body then enters a defensive state. Instead of releasing fat, it holds onto it, especially around the abdomen. Belly fat becomes a biological storage zone, a place to safely trap toxins and excess energy when the liver cannot keep up. This is why so many people diet harder, exercise more, and see no change. The system itself is blocked. Think of the liver as a factory that never shuts down. Every bite you eat, every drink you consume, every chemical you encounter must be processed there. Sugar is either burned or converted into fat. Fat is either exported and used as energy or stored. Hormones are activated or deactivated. Inflammation is either resolved or allowed to spread. When the liver is healthy, these processes happen smoothly and effortlessly. When it is congested and inflamed, everything slows. Fat burning shuts off first. Energy drops. Cravings increase. Weight gain becomes the body's default response. This is not a personal failure. It is biology. Fix the liver, and the entire system recalibrates. Weight loss becomes a side effect of restored function, not a daily battle of willpower. Modern life is especially hard on the liver. Liquid sugar floods it faster than it can process. Processed foods contain hidden oils and additives that require detoxification. Stress raises cortisol, which forces the liver to release sugar into the bloodstream, even when you're not eating. Late-night meals give the liver no rest window for repair. Over time, this constant workload creates insulin resistance inside liver cells. Fat begins accumulating within the liver itself, a condition now affecting millions of people worldwide. Once this happens, the liver sends signals that promote fat storage and energy conservation. Your body is not broken. It is protecting itself. Today, instead of focusing on restriction, counting calories, or extreme exercise, the focus shifts to repair. Food is not the enemy. Food is information. Certain foods tell the liver to heal, release fat, and restore balance. Others tell it to store, slow down, and protect. When you consistently send the right signals, the liver responds quickly. Fat loss accelerates naturally. Hunger stabilizes. Energy returns. The following foods work not because they are low-calorie, but because they directly support liver function, bile flow, detox pathways, inflammation control, and fat export. Eggs are one of the most misunderstood foods in modern nutrition. For decades, they were blamed for weight gain, when in reality, they provide one of the most critical nutrients for liver health: choline. Choline is required for packaging fat inside the liver and exporting it into the bloodstream, where it can be burned for energy. Without enough choline, fat becomes trapped in liver cells, slowing metabolism and increasing belly fat. This is why people can eat very little and still fail to lose weight. The fat is stuck. Eggs provide this nutrient in a highly absorbable form. When eaten properly, they support fat loss rather than block it. The key is timing and combination. Eggs should be eaten with vegetables or protein-rich foods, not with refined carbohydrates. Combining eggs with sugar or white flour forces the liver to prioritize glucose processing, which temporarily shuts down fat export. Eaten correctly, eggs send a powerful signal that it is safe to release stored fat. Broccoli plays a different but equally important role. Liver detoxification is not a vague wellness concept. It is a precise, enzyme-driven process. Broccoli contains compounds that activate phase 2 detoxification enzymes, which help neutralize toxins and metabolic waste that would otherwise promote inflammation and fat storage. These toxins include excess hormones, environmental chemicals, and byproducts of metabolism that accumulate when the liver is overloaded. Lightly cooking broccoli breaks down its cell walls and makes these compounds more available. When paired with protein, the liver has the raw materials it needs to complete detox pathways efficiently. This reduces the inflammatory burden that keeps fat locked in place. Garlic works as an internal switch for liver enzymes. When crushed or minced, garlic activates sulfur-based compounds that stimulate detoxification and support the breakdown of fatty deposits within the liver. It also provides selenium, a mineral required for antioxidant enzymes that protect liver cells from damage. Garlic does not work as a cleanse or a purge. It works quietly, consistently, as part of meals. Used regularly, it helps reduce liver fat accumulation and improves the liver's ability to process toxins without becoming inflamed. Avocados demonstrate an important metabolic principle that many people misunderstand. Fat does not automatically cause fat gain. The type of fat and the context matter. Avocados provide monounsaturated fats and glutathione, an antioxidant that the liver relies on heavily during detoxification. These healthy fats tell the liver that energy is available and that it is safe to release stored fat. They stabilize blood sugar, reduce stress signals, and support hormone balance. When combined with protein, avocados help create long-lasting energy without triggering insulin spikes. The mistake many people make is pairing them with sugar, which sends conflicting instructions and cancels the benefit. Beets support the physical circulation of the liver. A congested liver often has reduced blood flow, which limits its ability to filter and detoxify efficiently. Beets contain natural compounds that improve circulation and thin bile, making it easier for the liver to transport waste out of the body. They also support oxygen delivery to liver tissue, improving cellular function. Because beets contain natural sugars, moderation is important. They are best used as a targeted support rather than a daily staple. When used correctly, they improve liver efficiency without overwhelming it. Fatty fish, such as salmon, address one of the root causes of liver dysfunction, chronic inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammatory signaling inside liver cells and improve insulin sensitivity. This tells the liver to stop converting every calorie into stored fat. Omega-3s also help reverse fat accumulation within the liver itself. When inflammation decreases, fat-burning pathways reopen. The key with fish is simplicity. Sugary glazes and heavy breading undo the benefit. The liver responds best to clean, minimally processed sources of these fats. Cooked leafy greens play a unique role in liver drainage. While raw greens are healthy, cooking certain greens increases the availability of minerals and chlorophyll that support detoxification. Chlorophyll helps purify the blood, reducing the toxic load delivered to the liver. Magnesium and folate support hundreds of enzymatic reactions inside liver cells. When eaten with healthy fats, these nutrients are absorbed more efficiently and become more effective. Over time, cooked greens act like a gentle internal cleansing system, supporting daily liver maintenance. The connection between the gut and the liver is often overlooked. Everything absorbed from the digestive tract passes directly to the liver first. When the gut lining is compromised, bacterial toxins leak into the bloodstream and overwhelm the liver, creating constant inflammation and fat storage signals. Fermented foods restore balance by repopulating beneficial bacteria and strengthening the gut barrier. This reduces the toxic burden reaching the liver. The goal with fermented foods is consistency, not excess. Small daily amounts create a stable environment that allows the liver to focus on metabolism rather than damage control. Turmeric works at the cellular level. Its active compound protects liver cells from damage, supports regeneration, and blocks inflammatory pathways that drive insulin resistance. Turmeric is not effective on its own. It requires black pepper to dramatically increase absorption, and it works best when consumed with fat. When used daily in this way, Turmeric helps calm the internal inflammation that silently blocks fat loss. The most powerful and overlooked trigger for fat burning is bitterness. Bitter greens activate receptors on the tongue that send a signal through the vagus nerve directly to the liver and gallbladder. This signal instructs them to produce and release bile. Bile is essential not only for digesting fat, but for removing metabolized fat and toxins from the liver. Without adequate bile flow, fat burning stalls no matter how clean the diet is. Consuming bitter greens shortly before meals primes the digestive system, improves fat utilization, and prevents storage. This simple habit alone can dramatically change how the body responds to food. Many people fail not because they do not eat the right foods, but because they continue habits that cancel their effects. Liquid sugar overwhelms the liver faster than solid food. Alcohol is a direct liver toxin. Late-night eating removes the repair window the liver needs to recover. These habits must be addressed for healing to occur. The goal is not perfection, but awareness. Reducing these stressors allows the liver to respond to support. A simple morning routine can further enhance liver function. Gentle acidity from lemon and apple cider vinegar stimulates bile flow and digestion, setting a fat-burning tone for the day. This is not a detox cleanse. It is a signal. When done consistently, it improves digestion, reduces bloating, and supports metabolic rhythm. True transformation does not come from extremes. It comes from alignment. When protein is included at every meal, vegetables are cooked and paired with healthy fats, bitter greens are used strategically, and eating is completed several hours before sleep, the liver finally has the conditions it needs to repair. Within days, energy improves. Within weeks, inflammation drops. Fat loss begins without force. This is not about punishment or restriction. It is about restoration. When the liver is no longer fighting for survival, it can finally work for you instead of against you. Sustainable fat loss does not start in the gym or with hunger. It starts quietly, deep inside the body, when the liver receives the signals it has been waiting for. The moment that happens, everything changes.